everyone, welcome to After Class with Ballet for All,
a podcast by two passionate adult ballerinas about all things adult ballet related,
and some random thoughts in between.
We're so glad you're here.
So grab your water bottle
or a cup of coffee
and join us for a quick chat after class. Hello, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. So how was class today? I know you had in-person class today.
Yeah, we actually, today our in-person class happened online because our studio is closed for the week. I think it's kind of like their summer holiday for the employees. So the studio was closed, but our teacher was kind enough to say, we'll just move it onto Zoom today and give you guys a Zoom class. So that was really nice of her, so we didn't have to miss.
Oh, I'm glad that she did that. It's really thoughtful to do it. Otherwise, she could have been like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, it's holidays, just take the day off.
Yeah, it was really nice to still get the workout in, especially because I'm leaving on a little, almost a week vacation tomorrow. And so I like to get in as much as I can before I leave, knowing that I'm going to kind of have the week off. I'm like, okay, I need to really do as much as I can, get as much as I can out of, the classes in the couple days leading up to vacation. So it was good.
That's good. That's good. How did it feel? Because you actually have in-person and online classes, but how did it feel to have that in-person class online?
Yeah, it was good. It's hard because there's certain things you just can't do, in your house. So like we can't do Grand Allegro, but that's actually really it. That was kind of the only thing we didn't do. Because it's a longer class, we're still able to do pirouettes in the center, Petit Allegro and all that. So really just Grand Allegro. So we did like an extra long stretch. So I think she does a really good job at modifying. We still get a really good workout and just modifying it that little bit for what we can't do because, people don't have a lot of space and we don't have sprung floors, which today doing Petit Allegro at my house, I was like, man, wish I had a sprung floor. That would just be so nice. Like jumping on not sprung flooring, really
straight on concrete. You feel on your bones.
Yes, you feel the difference. I'm like, oh my gosh. So especially just because I'm getting older.
Everything hurts.
Everything
even
hurts.
Breathing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. I saw Cloud and Victory, that dancewear brand that makes all the fun stuff. She has a shirt that says everything hurts and I'm dying. I know that shirt.
The perfect one. Definitely.
Like so relatable.
It's true that they are great. I actually follow them on Instagram and they are very creative with the things that they do and I love them. Even promoting leotards or whatever. It's funny. It's cute. I'm like, and that's what adults should be like. It's just quirky and fun and whatever.
Yeah, she does fun stuff. Did I tell you I won her giveaway? The last giveaway that she was doing with like the new collection. I think I tagged you because you had to like tag a friend.
Yes,
you were the person I tagged and I won it. She messaged me and was like, you won the giveaway. I was like, what?
I love it. They were gorgeous leotards too.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm so proud of you.
Just believed in my heart. I was like, please God, need to win this.
I love it. I didn't know. Oh, awesome. What a shame that I don't live nearby. Otherwise, I would be borrowing the leotard.
I can wear it for a few months and then I'll mail it to you and you can wear it for a few months.
That's so cool. Oh, well done. There you go.
Better than buying it myself, that's for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. Free leotards are always the best.
The best.
And gorgeous and with good quality as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we didn't plan to do this. We are not promoting the brand.
So it's not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored, but it's not sponsored.
Oh, so today actually, something that brings me back to what we were talking about, taking the ballet classes at home and in person and all that, and the courage that it needs to, like, you need to have in order to just give that first step of like, I'm going to do ballet classes and adult, even the courage of posting videos on the Instagram of your ballet progress. That takes a lot of courage. And that's something that we wanted to talk about today's podcast. No one talks about the courage that it takes for adult dancers to say, I'm an adult ballet dancer and I'm going to put my leotards on, ballet shoes on, and I'm going to go to class. So yeah, Hannah, from your personal experience, let's begin from your first ballet class. How did it feel? Like, how much courage do you actually had to be like, gonna go to this class and that's it. I don't care what people think about me.
My first class back as an adult, I was so nervous, and I made the huge mistake, which I do not recommend anyone does, where I had saved my leotards from when I took ballet when I was like 13. I still had it. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go try to, yes, you know where this is going. I was like, okay, yeah, I found an adult class. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make myself go. And I made the terrible mistake of putting on or attempting to put on the same leotard that I wore as a 13-year-old, which I do not recommend because your body changes from, 13 to 30. So, yeah, that was a little bit of a rough start. Had to go buy some new leotards, but it's really scary, I think, to try anything as an adult because we have a bigger fear of failure and a bigger fear of what people are going to think of us. And so I think just as an adult in general, it's always scarier to put yourself in those situations. So when you're a kid, I think when you're a kid, you're a little more like, sure, whatever, I'll try it. There's just less fear. So yeah, I was really scared to come back, even though I had, somewhat of foundation. That didn't really change just like the feeling of vulnerability and like, oh my gosh, am I going to be so bad at this? Am I going to look stupid? Am I going to be the worst one in the class? All those things that you think.
And it's hard because what you said, when we are kids, we don't really think much of what other people think of us. It takes a lot of courage. And I will say that from the first moment, like me, I'm not training anymore. I'm not dancing professionally anymore. And sometimes I put my leotards on and my body has changed. And I'm training, but not professionally. So my body's not staying to a professional level. When I put my leotards on, sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to wear black leggings. I'm not going to put a thighs on. I just don't feel like it. And it takes a lot of courage for me, knowing the level that I was at, to be right now like, oh, I'm going to still put in some videos on the YouTube. I'm still going to teach my students and I'm going to show up to a level, but it's never the same level that I was before. So takes a lot of courage to accept that and to move forward. So I imagine as an adult, which you might have a base of ballet, basic foundation, or some adults don't. Like I have many students that come from zero, like I have no idea what I'm doing with ballet. I just want to dance since I was 5. And to put on as an adult those thighs or those leotards and just take that first step, my God, I really want to say you are the best person in the world just by doing that. And do it for you, because most not. All of the adults are doing it for themselves, which is different again from what kids do, right? Kids are doing it at the beginning because mom, dad, grandma, grandpa want you to do it. Yeah. Us, we are doing this because we want to dance, because we want to be there, we want to show up, and we want to try new things. And that takes so much courage.
Yeah, and I think it's hard too as an adult because sometimes I think one of the stigmas with ballet, or one of the misconceptions, is that it is kind of like a little girl thing to do, It's like, oh, all little girls love to do ballet, and you put on a tutu and everything's pink and fluffy. And so I think, in the wider world, a lot of times just ballet in general, people don't have an accurate understanding of what it's really like and the athleticism, and that there's a whole world and art form, and it's not this froofy pink thing that little girls twirl around and do and so I think sometimes as an adult it's hard to talk about sometimes with other people that don't understand it, because you feel a little bit of this judgment almost of like, oh, is that something little kids do? Or like you feel kind of silly. People make comments that are just come from not understanding and not being educated about what ballet really is. And so I think that's another aspect of why it takes a lot of courage to do ballet specifically, because there's not a lot of true understanding of the ballet world outside of the ballet world. It's very misunderstood. Like some people may have seen the Nutcracker once in their life, and that's like their entire exposure to ballet. And so It's hard as an adult to be like, oh yeah, I'm taking ballet classes, and to like watch people's faces react to you saying that of
where to choose?
Yes.
At that age? Are you comfortable wearing tutus? I'm just like, it's a
Yeah.
ballet class, not a ballet choreography. It isn't a classical ballet on the stage.
Yeah, like I don't wear a tutu regularly. I don't wear a tiara when I go to class. It's just funny. So I think that it definitely takes courage to pursue something that you love when you don't feel like people really understand it.
Yeah. Now, another aspect of how much courage it actually takes for adults is going to the intensives. Like, do cons intensive just happen or is it still happening? Catherine Morgan, and like you went to one and you're going to another one. So how was that for you, Hannah? Like how long had you been learning ballet before you went to the intensive? And how did you feel that first day? How was that?
Yeah, I had been dancing more seriously for maybe about a year before I went to an intensive because I really started getting back into ballet as an adult during the pandemic was kind of when I was really starting to be like, okay, yes, I love this. I want to be doing this regularly and very similar feeling to going to my first class in the sense of like you just have no idea what to expect. You don't know how you're going to kind of compare to the other people there. Like I think for me I was so afraid that I was going to be just so far behind, the level that everyone else was at. I also too I think it can be scary for adults if you've had a childhood experience and maybe like a negative one where people in your classes weren't nice and it was like more competitive or more catty. Like I didn't really know how it was going to be in a big group of dancers like that again and if people were going to be nice and friendly or if people were going to be a little more like to themselves and a little more aloof. And so going to that intensive, my first intensive was really like my first exposure to like the wider adult ballet community and what the DNA of it was really like because up until that point I had just been doing online classes at home and some of them were live and on Zoom but it's like you're still not really interacting with people in the same way that you will be in an intensive and so I was like these people nice like I don't know. So yeah, it's really scary. Like it's scary to go to an intensive for the first time if you've never been because you're just like have no idea how the people are going to
Yeah.
be, how the teachers are going to be too. That was another aspect of it is just are the teachers going to be understanding of my limitations or are the teachers going to be like why can't you do this, lift your leg higher, you know what I mean? Like you just don't,
Yeah.
you have no idea. And depending on what your experience has been as a child, if you dance as a child and if you had mean teachers, again, that might be another reason why you're really afraid. So definitely was scary going to my first intensive and I definitely don't feel that way anymore. I think I've had enough exposure to the adult ballet community at this point to know that I honestly don't think I've ever met anyone in the community that was like really rude.
Yeah,
Like
that is
truly.
true.
Yeah, like I have yet to meet a mean girl in the adult ballet community. So knowing that has made me a lot less nervous about going to things in person. But it's scary. It's your first time for sure, because you have no idea, what the intensive experience is going to be like as an adult.
It is very impressive. Like the more I see all these videos of all of you dancing and like you, Maggie, also my other student in Austria, you are all showing your progress on the Instagram. And I just feel like you guys are such a great role model for anyone who hasn't taken that step forward yet. And it's just sitting there like, should I do it? How can I do it? Or just go for it. And if you guys just give that, it is possible. I'm dressing on my ballet leotard with my skirts in the middle of the Instagram. Everyone can see it, and I just don't mind because I feel happy and I'm doing what I want. And it's so rewarding to see you all doing that. Like, even myself, sometimes I feel like, oh, but am I gonna do it or am I gonna post a video? I'm very cautious of my hair needs to be perfect, the background needs to be perfect, I need to have the perfect bar, I need to have the perfect, and it's just like, who cares? It's so bizarre sometimes how our mind can stop us from having that fun moment or having that, yeah, I want to do it and I'm just gonna encourage myself and do it.
Yeah, one thing I always think about is, and I have yet to experience this, but like I know that there are people who have experienced this of like negative comments about their videos or just people being rude. And it's always like easier to sit back and criticize than it is to actually get off your butt and be the one that's doing the work. And so I think one of the things I love about the adult ballet community is it's people that have something that they're passionate about, they have a dream, and they have the courage to get off their butts and actually go and do it and take the classes and be out there, even if they feel like they look silly, or even if they don't have the, typical like quote unquote ballet body, or, whatever else, like they're out doing it. And for the people that are going to sit and criticize or be like elitist about ballet in general, I'm just like, it doesn't take a lot of courage to sit behind your phone or your computer and write negativity to people that you don't know with no fear of consequences. What takes courage is to actually get up, get dressed, put your leotard on, and go to the class. So I think for any adults maybe that have experienced negativity, whether it's on the internet or even just from people in their own lives, or feeling like people don't understand it, just being proud of yourself for having the courage to actually pursue the thing that you want to do and love, and like being willing to be vulnerable and go to class and maybe not be the best one there, maybe not feel like your body looks right or whatever it is, but like you're still showing up. And that's more than a lot of people can say, honestly. Like a lot of people will never get over all their own insecurities, and they're going to sit back and judge other people. That's sad for them.
You get all emotional because it's so direct to you. I love that. And I consider myself an adult dancer. I can barely move. So I can't move a dance anymore.
You're an adult ballet dancer if everything in your body hurts and you feel like you can't move. Oh my gosh, so funny. Well, this was a really fun episode to do. I love talking about the nuances of being an adult dancer. And I hope that for people listening, that made you feel more understood and less alone in your own journey. And it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing. So keep on doing it.
Exactly. And I'm so proud of all of you. Even if I don't know you, I'm really proud of you just for really showing up. Well done to everyone. We will see you all in our next episode.
Yes, thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye. Thank you for listening to After Class with Ballet for All.
Join the community on YouTube and Instagram, or come dance with us, our weekly Zoom classes for adult ballerinas like you.
Links included in the episode description. Special thank you to our sponsors.
See you next time after class. Podcast produced by Mission Bridge Media.